Hey, it's tool review time. Today I'm going to review a handy little chainsaw. Let you know if I think that it's worth adding to your toolbox. So keep watching. Hey, Ray Ruthin here. Welcome back to the Woodcrafting Place, where we bring you woodworking knowledge to help you improve your time in the shop, make it more effective and more enjoyable. Tool that I'm reviewing today is a 4-inch chainsaw, battery operated. I'll give you the general review. We'll look at the specs and the price and all that good stuff. In full transparency, the unit was provided to me by the seller. However, the review will be my honest opinion. So you can see the kit here. I'm not going to waste your time with unboxing reviews. I think they're a waste of time. Personally, I think you know how to open a box, so let's get right to the tool. So the kit I received comes with 2 batteries, lithium-ion batteries, 1 chain, and the tool. It also comes with the specific little hand tools that you use to change the chain, and it came with 1 chain. It's an important point that we'll go over later, so you want to hold on to that thought. It says it's a 550 milliamp hour battery, has something called a pure copper motor, and you may or may not know what that's all about. Basically, what it comes down to is copper is a better conductor than, say, aluminum, steel, so they're able to actually get the same power using copper windings versus aluminum windings, so they can keep the weight down. They don't list a runtime, and that's actually what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put this through the paces to see how long the battery lasts. First impression I get of the tool is it's pretty solid. It feels like it'll take a beating. Not too heavy, 1.5 pounds, something like that. I'll look at the exact weight later, but something that you could hold over your head for doing trimming, you know, for a while, at least to the length of the battery, without too much fatigue. So I thought that was pretty good. It has a safety switch, a little button here. You have to push that button before you can push the trigger. That's pretty standard in all the tools out there, like of saws like this. The trigger is a little hard to press. After you've been cutting for a while, your finger may start to get a little tired. Not really a deal breaker, but something to keep in mind. And if you like what you see today, don't forget to hit the thumb and like this video and subscribe. That way you get notified of all the videos we produce and all the content that we provide you. To change the chain, you're going to have to remove this nut, take the guard off, move the bar up and change it. This again comes with 1 chain. Safety guard snaps right back in place. One thing to note, this tool is a manually oiled chain. So that's important. So when you're cutting, you're going to need to add oil to the cutting area by hand. Otherwise your chain will go dull sooner than it has to. As far as the real important point, how well does it work and how much time do you get out of a battery for cutting? When I'm making a bowl on the lathe, sometimes I need a little saw to cut up a blank. If it's a little too big to spin on the lathe and it hits the bed. For those of you who don't have a nice big bandsaw to do bowl blanks, or maybe you just want to do 1 or 2 and you don't want to purchase a bandsaw, it's a much cheaper option. All right, well, that was fun. So first battery lasted about 15 minutes. Really hard, constant cutting. I did find the problem with the really heavy cut. The machine overheated quite a bit. You have to be reasonable in what you expect from a small saw like this. It's actually a good thing that it shut down, prevent it from frying the guts in the motor, so it did a pretty good job. I was impressed at how well the saw bit in and cut, with the exception of the occasional break that I had to take and then the small annoyance of oiling it. It definitely cut through. I was cutting for a total of 30 minutes. Second battery still had some juice left in it when I stopped, when I was finished cutting the bowl blank. If you're looking for a tool that you're going to use in the yard to cut a bunch of branches, small trees, limbs, stuff like that, this will certainly do the job. I think that a small saw like this in the shop would be a good addition for small little tasks that you don't want to break down your setup. If you get the blank on the lathe or something of that nature, and you want to take a corner off of it, you want to trim the edges so that it doesn't beat you up as much when you're turning it, when you're roughing it. Interesting things is the charger you get. You know, one of those basic DC power supplies. It does have a light that tells you when the battery is charged. It turns green. That's good. And also, I became a big fan when I looked up replacement costs. You can actually get a replacement for less than 20 bucks. What I would like to see in a future upgrade to the tool is, really like to see a battery indicator that tells me what the power level left on the battery is. Not a deal breaker, preference, something I'd really like to see. Be competitive when you're comparing two saws. If you are buying the Saker, which you saw definitely had the performance to cut through certainly small branches and stuff in a log, as long as you have a little patience. You've got to add 15 bucks if you're going to buy a couple extra blades. If I was going to buy another saw, I would go for the 6-inch version of a small saw that has oiling, automatic oiling. When you're out in the yard cutting, having to stop cutting your bushes to oil might be a pain. If you look, however, you are looking for a saw that someone did a really heavy-duty review of, and at least you know the saw you're getting will cut, you got that here. So let me know if you decide to purchase one of these and what you think of it, or if you bought a competition, how that worked out for you. So if you liked the video today, again, hit the thumb. Let me know that you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you get notified of all the content that we bring you each week. And if you're interested in this or any of the items that we review, the links will be down in the comments below. They are affiliate links, and they contribute a little something to help manage and keep this channel growing. So I appreciate that. And the cost, it's still the same price, no difference to you, the customer. So with that, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending your time. You have yourself a great day, and I will see you again real soon.